Hey guys, Spiritual Wondress here, coming to you to have a little bit more real talk and I feel really called to talk more about my experience being a targeted individual. If you are a chosen one, you most likely are also a targeted individual. Your vibrational frequency that you put out into this world, this matrix is designed to pick up and notice that frequency. They use spirit monitors. They know what you are far before you guys figure out what you are. And oftentimes, the only way that we come to this conclusion that we're putting off of different vibrational frequency, a certain level of consciousness, we've expanded in that regard, and the capacity we have if we continue the path of ascension and evolution, they know where you're going to end up if you continue that path without any interference. They don't want that. The powers and principalities that run this world do not want that. Remember, they will use spirit monitors. They will use any human vessel, even any animal vessel they can, to keep eyes on us, to learn how to prevent our forward movement. And oftentimes, I feel like these powers and principalities are very much at the underbelly of these secret societies running gang stalking programs. They know who the shiny ones are, I guess you could say, the ones that are different, vibrational frequency. And when they want it for themselves, that power, there is such a thing as destiny swapping and energy harvesting. These things exist. Secret societies, dark cults, they believe in it so much, they pursue it like it's air, okay? It's only people that are not awake and that haven't gone through it themselves, they can't grasp how real this stuff is. The government knows. People that are awakened, they know. You know, this is something that's really happening to people out there. And even people that are being gang stalked, they can only pin it down to government and stuff like that. Like this one woman's page, her platform I watch, I'm not going to name it. I don't have permission to, but she's pretty well known, and she talks about being stalked by FBI. And she's just now coming to the conclusion that this is a cult based after her. It's been a journey for her, and she's continued on it, and it's expanding her consciousness for her to understand the bigger picture, right? For me, it's kind of been the opposite. My journey starts off with Eastern stars and people practicing witchcraft and a spiritual community in my hometown, leading to the gang stalking happening to me, and thus the police, FBI, are part of my experience that unfolded down the road. So we still got to the same endpoint, the end game, but it was a different journey. Do you see what I'm saying? My point being, guys, this girl couldn't figure out. I don't know if she's figured it out by now or what. But she was marked long before the FBI guy she dated was sent in her life that she felt triggered the gang stalking program that she found herself in. I almost want to guarantee you that was a handler, a person purposely sent in her life as eyes. And when she broke away from any connection to that handler, there's a price to pay, right? Every time I break away from one of my handlers that are purposely sent in my life by the secret society that I speak out against, that I've had a personal connection with, all of that, all hell breaks loose. Like, it's just smear campaign galore, and do anything to try to paint me as crazy and, that I'm not speaking my truth, all of that. And I'm sure other people have experienced that too. When the dark loses its grasp on you, it's going to try really hard to get it back, because essentially, at the end of the day, guys, they don't want us to advance our consciousness, to spread our light, to become aware to the matrix system that we are born into, that most people live their entire lives completely asleep to. They don't want people waking up. And if your North Node sole purpose is to speak about this and wake people up, they will do anything possible to try to halt that from happening. And so it's important to know the game that you're up against. I preach this often in all of my talks, guys. Education. Educate yourself how the occult works. Educate yourself on gang stalking, targeting programs, secret programs the government is utilizing that work alongside secret societies hand in hand to target people. That essentially is psychological warfare. Plain and simple. We're purposely made to look like we're going crazy, feel like we're going crazy. Because when somebody is labeled crazy, right? They could be speaking, let's say, 80% truth in their testimony. That remaining 20% is trauma influence. They weren't seeing the situation correct. They were looking through the eyes of trauma, hypervigilance, all of that. They've been traumatized from what's happened to them. Society will look at that 20% and completely disqualify the 80% of the actual truth, evidence, hardcore, being factual. You will get disqualified, right? Same goes for the label crazy. If they are going to label that with you, people are so programmed to believe that anybody that has been given that label, and especially if the person giving that label to an individual can use that 20% of them not speaking 100% factual events, like they've looked at it through the eyes of trauma and they're seeing it incorrectly, they will utilize that 20% and the crazy label to their advantage to completely silence their target. I hope that makes sense. Because my point is here is that this is something we're going to continue seeing until more people speak out. More people are starting to wake up and raise their consciousness and become aware to the system in place. And that means more will experience spiritual warfare to try and stop that from happening. That's ultimately what this is. Psychological warfare from the secret society portion of it, or government portion, to spiritual warfare from the secret society, Eastern Stars type portion. All of it is to not have you speak your truth, for other people to recognize the truth and recognize what's happening to them in their life, and to stop this evolution, humanity's evolution, this rise in our consciousness, right? Guys, this is the devil's playing field. Why on earth would he want to share it with us, people that are against him? Make no mistake, this is a spiritual war. And you just have to decide whether you're going to be at the forefront of it with your people, as a whistleblower, as a truth speaker, giving your divine, God-given testimony, or if you're going to take a step back and, that's totally fine for the people that do choose that. It's understandable. And if a way, they're probably even smarter to a degree, because they don't get targeted to the extent the ones speaking out do. But I'm just, I'm wanting to let you guys know that no matter what you encounter along your journey of awakening, there's a price to pay, but there's also collateral beauty that will come out of it. And to survive the whole mess, it's going to be so important for you to hang on to the collateral beauty moments of it. Like the person you're going to become when all is said and done, right? Beautiful thing. Took a lot of pain and suffering, but the end result is absolutely stunning and like a butterfly and absolutely divinely beautiful. Educate yourself to what you're up against. Educate yourself if you want to continue this path forward. And educate yourself, plain and simple, guys.